I mean, CK is whatever lane you put him in, he's a carry. So if you are doing the off lane CK, which you could do now, honestly, it's good versus Spectre. You have the sustain melee hero, you can keep slapping her, but don't get too greedy on your carry then, because you really have to realize that the CK is a carry. No matter what lane, it's gonna build the same. Probably gonna go armlet, some Echo Saber, BKB, whatever the build might be.
5 seconds remaining.
And with the Coddle, it used to be a old lane combo, like not nearly as potent anymore. Like you just use your crit and your stun, you give him mana, and then you instantly crit again, and then stun again. But the stun got super nerfed, so.
I really want to talk about the spec here, because you guys, this whole patch, are very much not Spectre fans.
Yeah, it's garbage, and
yeah, she's terrible.
This hero, like, I can explain like why they picked it.
Exactly what I want to hear, and exactly why you still don't like it.
Well, it's a response to Wyvern. Also, why Wyvern's pretty strong this patch. Like, Spectre is a carry that does not care about the curse and can also find or give vision to the Wyvern so they can snipe it right away. Coddle doesn't particularly like getting jumped by a Spectre either, but Coddle does have some tools. One being, normally Coddle is more farmed than your average support, so he has an item to get away from the Spectre. But you also have the Blinding Light, and you're just really fast, so it's not particularly easy for Spectre to kill a Coddle, but Wyvern's going to be target number 1. But this Wyvern could go like 0-17, honestly, and could still win the game.
Dang.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. That's just how little I believe in Spectre, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Like, if your only purpose is killing Wyvern over and over again, and you know, there's some silver edge on CK and you just instantly get melted, and later on it doesn't really matter. So I've been waiting for someone to show me a good Spectre build, but unfortunately I have yet to see it, and now I have another chance. Hopefully it's a nice surprise.
Yeah.
Hopefully. I can't guarantee today's the day for that one.
Yeah.
Unlike the Rubik stealing, Rubik stealing curse could guarantee.
What can you guarantee for me today?
I've already given you one guarantee.
Win.
The Rubik Winter Wyvern curse.
I mean, from this game.
Oh, from this game?
Yeah. I mean, it could be really simple.
Man, my like
that Roche will be taken.
Yes,
I can guarantee you that.
You can guarantee me that.
Yeah.
I want to talk about like experience of Spectre through pro games, but because she's just not picked, I can only talk about my pubs. And I feel like whenever I've matched against a Spectre, the hero's been pretty absurdly tanky in lane. So maybe that's another reason. Like they're hoping she's something that can kind of tough up against maybe the potential offlane CK.
I think that'll be
I don't think it'll be enough.
I mean, isn't CK just gonna do the usual, just max your E and just full heal off right clicking? Because there's no harass from Spectre. She can survive, but she doesn't really hurt you.
Yeah, dude, I'm with you. I hate this hero. Like she has like no real potential to go into the jungle and farm. Like I don't.
You're just trying to find something.
Yeah, like in Yopaj, he'll come and like move. Okay, this is a carry. That is okay, cool. So it is the offlane Pango. I got my Pango. I just got it at the end of the draw.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm down. I'm chill.
That's it. You're done.
Predicted it so early.
I'm good.
You good?
Yep.
So then, Fear, you have to predict Fnatic's last one. That's how the rules of analysts go.
I'll have to
maybe
predict their last pick. So it's probably gonna be an offlaner versus the Chaos Knight. They're going to pick Underlord. Oh, the first hero that comes to my head for some reason.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Then I get to talk more now that you've predicted. I feel like this Pango I feel like this Pango comes from a place of like now they see the carry, they know they don't have to put the CK in the offlane, and they can pick something that can get a little bit more bullied. Like Pango's not the strongest laner anymore. So they're like, okay, the Spectre's weak, so I can pick a weaker offlaner that fits the draft.
Okay.
Anyway, Earth Spirit, Hypers!
A Spec and an Earth Spirit in the same draft.
Is it offlane? Yeah, it's offlane.
That's very interesting.
He played this at the major.
Okay, well, you know, we know how the results went for them at the major.
Wow, that was rude.
Bring in. I'm just stating a fact, and another fact is Mike and John are going to join us. Maybe save me from this. Maybe John can give you some insight as to this Spec and this Earth Spirit coming out of Fnatic.
Look, I like The offlane Earth Spirit can work if it goes off to a snowball start, so Fnatic has to kind of play fast off the back of it, but it does give them more catch for the Ember. I think that's their main concern. So it gives them a nice, easy way to kind of follow through outside of just the X arrow, and Fnatic's going to have to try to play quick. It's a 4 protect one. It almost always is with a spec, unless Raven goes for, say, a quick Ags, but we don't tend to see that often. It's still fairly open. I think Blade Mail might be to go for Raven, and that'll lead to that slower game. Boom, they've got the aggression, they've got Yopaj Ember. How can you bet against that?
We never bet against Yopaj Ember. I mean, I taught you guys this from Tool 1. We never bet against this guy when he's playing Ember Spirit. And let me just make it very clear. I'm an Earth Spirit professional. I'm probably the best Earth Spirit player in SEA. I don't think this is going to work. I don't like Pulse 3 Earth Spirit. I think it's just weird.
Okay.
It's just a weird hero to put in the offlane. I don't like it.
Well, look, John's given a little bit of a silver lining to the pick. Michael prediction says absolutely no way at all. Who are you going to go with?
I think Earth Spirit might have a 100% win rate in C in the offlane. I think SMG might have played it. I know Jabs has played it before and it's looked good. So I'm like, it could work. But you don't bet against Yopaj Ember. Like, come on. Yopaj Ember. Like,
He's only ever lost one game this
one
tour on
game.
it. Fear, you jump in on the Yopaj Ember bandwagon.
I mean, he is a good Ember.
Don't curse him, please. Can you please vote for Fnatic?
No.
I mean, I'm voting for Fnatic. The offlane Earth Spirit is just...
God, we won.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to see how it does play out. We are going to see if Mike is right with the trashness of Earth Spirit as Game 2 is underway.
Hold on. I never called Earth Spirit trash, Jonathan. I mean, it is kind of trash. If IceFrog is listening, please buff this hero. I mean, I've said it over and over again, John. You know, you've got heavenly jumps now. You've got these tier 5 items. You're telling me we can't let Boulder Smash stun again? Like, that's a problem? No? Like, have you seen these new heroes, John? Did you see Marcy? Have you seen Marcy Aetherlens, Jonathan?
Yep.
We can't Boulder Smash stun.
No.
Okay.
Look, you get your scaling with Rolling Boulder on your strength, and you be happy, Mike. 100% strength, 20 plus 100% strength. Outstanding scaling, if only you had Flesh Heap. That could be good in ability draft, so hey, just play ability draft. Hope you get Earth Spirit in that, and hope you get Flesh Heap along with Rolling Boulder. I guess that's one way to make it work.
Look at this, Boom Esports. DJ, oh, DJ's got no lead.
Boy.
He went for the quick skill up on the arrow, so he's gonna get punished immediately. And that's generally why you want to hold a skill point on Mirana early on, but to be fair, obviously he's not expecting the rotation early on from Boom Esports. It's gonna be a very strong start though, giving the Ember of Japoi the first blood, and well, he's almost at his bottle, John. That's not great news for Armel.
No, definitely not. Ember versus Kunkka matchup as well. It still feels Kunkka favored, but Yopaj Ember, Yopaj is familiar with Kunkka. He would know how to play through that matchup as well, so I'm keen to see if Armel has some tricks up his sleeve to make this tough for Yopaj. Still, a nice start already for Boom, just giving Yopaj that running start he wants. Bottle in 70 gold. It's gonna have some sustain up against that constant Tidebringer early on. And again, how do you bet against that guy when he does have his Ember Spirit? It's just so hard to see him. He just doesn't lose. Even if he loses lane, he just finds a way. Hits Ags, timing BKB, and just comes back. He knows how to play that on the bleeding edge. Still, we'll see if this is the game for it. Down bot, taking a peek right now. You do have that off lane Earth Spirit of Jabs along with DJ's Murano up against Jackie on a CK and Scam on a Coddle. The arrow does connect, and some harassment out onto Scam. Doesn't mind too much. Blocks it from the range creep at least, so not going to get that free EXP here. And you have to watch for that simple, basic combination of stun into Illuminate. That can be pretty damaging. Easy enough to line up onto Jabs. Earth Spirit's still a melee hero at the end of the day, so you can just go up and hit him. And I am curious to see what Jabs does here, because it does feel like Jackie's going to be fine unless you get like chain stuns with arrow. Earth Spirit, the setup isn't the easiest for Miranda kind of follow through to. So as long as Jackie doesn't get twacked, you're really happy, because Scam just illuminates the wave, shoves out. Jabs can't farm, and Jackie just farms as much as he wants. He'll get EXP on Jabs, but that gold gain, probably not going to feel too comfy.
Also over in the mid lane, John, we should have a look at the other lanes while we have a chance. You're going to have Yopaj against Armel. So the Kunkka vs Ember matchup, you'd argue that the Kunkka should have the advantage, but yeah, to be fair, Japoi, again, he did get first blood, so a bit of a gold advantage to go the Ember's way. Anything Armel needs to do in particular here, John, to really slow down the Ember Spirit?
Yeah, it feels like you just play around your Tidebringer and Torrent. Maybe try to play around your small camp a little bit more just to get a little, work your gold advantage. You do have to watch when Yopaj plays aggressive. You can see how confident he is here, just running up, preventing good Tidebringers. And even dodges Torrent. So again, he knows the Kunkka inside and out. It's one of his own signature heroes, and he knows his Ember. So he probably knows the dynamic between these two and can just work against that. I feel like Armel's just set for a bit of a slower start. You have the benefit of X Arrow, and I think you're going to have to see DJ get some rotations in by around a power rune spawn just to give Armel maybe a shot at that kill.
And of course, top lane, Genuel, Raven, going to be up against Tims and FBZ. The Spectre, very interesting pos 1 to be picked up here from Fnatic. You do see Spectre prove to be very strong, obviously, once you get into the ultra late game, or rather just the late gamers. In fact, hold that thought, because Armel was dropping very low in the mid lane, but it's like he's going to be all right to survive through it. John, do you have any faith in the pos 1 Spectre this game?
It can be strong. It just doesn't feel like it's going to be an easy time for Raven to hit that point. Again, the last time we saw Spectre in pos 1, it's been a while. I feel like I've been favoring it more in offlane, and that's only really been Mizu in Southeast Asia who runs that often. And even then, NGX isn't doing particularly great. They haven't been running that offlane spec. It's just very out of meta. It makes sense, as Fear said. You jump Coddle, you jump Winter Wyvern. You can just kind of play this slow 4 protect 1 for Fnatic, which is their more preferred playstyle in contrast to their game 1 draft. So this is them going back to sort of comfort and style. And we've just got to see if this is a hero that can carry them through. Raven will be able to find farm. He is queuing up the Yasha, so nothing like the Blade Mail to farm stacks. But might be able to get some early aggression out with a Haunt if they want to play that way.
Absolutely. You see Fnatic down a bot lane right now. They're kind of forced to just go for the pool. Poor old Jabs. Obviously, on the Earth Spirit, like you mentioned, John, you really can't do much in this bot lane, even with the Mirana to be there to combo with you. So he is forced to just pull the creep wave and try to secure farm that way. That is, of course, going to allow Jackie a very free lane himself on the CK, however. And it seems like Jackie's going to be a very happy boy down at that bot lane. Water runes going to be taken here by Boom. Skem denying one off, not allowing Armel that full bottle refill he's looking for. Refill for the Kunkka. Of course, Yopaj does get his, and well, speaking of the devil, John, Yopaj already top of the CS board here, 26 and 10 denies. Pretty insane stats here from the Ember. It seems like he's setting himself up for a very strong game as usual.
Yeah, he's off to a running start. The XP lead isn't that big, so Armel still has a good timing on the boat to threaten. We need to start seeing those connections out from DJ. Again, approaching the 6-minute mark is probably the ideal, but you'll be playing into the remnants on the Ember, so catching Yopaj off guard gonna be tougher. Jabs left alone, though, is susceptible. At least has to kick back. Hold on.
He's very susceptible right now. John, top lane is gonna go down. Jabs is gonna be able to survive, but they do find a kill up at the top lane on the Ench. And going back to your point, Jabs is very susceptible here, Jonathan. It only gets worse as well, right? Like with the Chakra Magic on Jackie, you're gonna lower the CD of Chaos Bolt, and he's gonna have constant mana. So he can just constantly be aggressive here onto Jabs, and there's just nothing he can really do about it.
Yeah, he can't really stop it. And they finally tried to get that rotation mid here as well, like getting the X Arrow, but they can't lock in Yopaj. He's got level 6, he's got the remnants, he can always dance around. If you don't slow down Yopaj's Ember, I mean, he's gonna have his Orb of Corrosion timing, he's got Phase Boots, level 3 Sleight of Fist, his right clicks are looking good. He can just look to play off those supports once again, melt down that Enchantress in a rotation, even apply some pressure onto Raven while his stats are low, and still get the damage he needs.
Top lane FBZ getting chased down here. Meanwhile, bottom lane, a big boat to fly out. What? Jackie, he's going to cop, but this could be a massive pickoff if Fnatic can find it. Jackie will go for a run and is actually going to be just fine. They don't have the damage output.
They missed the Arrow X. They didn't land the Arrow X. They got the boat, but they need the arrow for the damage from that range. Jackie's just too tanky.
Yikes. Now Jabs, I mean, he barely gets away. 7 HP on the Earth Spirit. Meanwhile, FBZ top lane trying to go for a run himself, but goes down to the impetus damage. Genuel just barely having enough to secure the kill. Here comes Japoi, though. He's got a double damage available on the Ember. Look at the damage output onto the poor Ench. So he runs him down. Tims will be there. And a bit of revenge here from Boom Esports as they do get the Enchantress, but can they find the Spectre? They won't even bother trying. Raven, he'll be just fine to survive. Still a very good trade for Fnatic in the end.
Yep, then they get the core kill in the off lane. They don't lose anything down bot, even though the rotation doesn't really net them any kills. Raven's still allowed to farm. It's a little bit of a slower pace for the Spectre, as to be expected, but not too bad. You're within range of Jackie by a few tens of gold, and you always have your jungle to play in. Mind you, that jungle has been warded up really nicely by Boom. Nice aggressive ward on the back part of that top jungle, so they can watch the farming patterns, and there's not really many stacks. They've got a few large camp stacks in triangle. Spectre without Blade Mail doesn't clear that out all too fast, so the farming pace for Raven's still gonna be a lot slower, and it's just that slow pace of Spectre that's a concern as well.
Ooh, nice sleep away. He actually jukes out the chains there from Yopaj, so no kill to come out here for the Ember this time around. Or is there? He'll go for the chase. He continues to snipe away the Sleight of Fist, and now with the Chakra Magic, he has even lower cooldowns. And he goes again, gets the courier, still going for DJ, but eventually will be forced to back off. Very cheeky plays, and it really is just with the Coddle, John. Constant mana, constant lower CD. It's the Coddle Ember. It's just such a hard combination to go against.
Yeah, you can't really stop it. Your control is just not hard enough to keep that Ember down unless you get a good angle on the smoke. Speaking of, Armel, DJ looking for smoke play here.
Oh, Jackie, he's going to get a bit aggressive. Could be the wrong time. He does have help incoming on from Scan, but Jackie has been caught out. They're still trying to rotate to help him out, but he does go down. Jabs, he might die for this, but he'd be more than happy to. You already found the POS 1 CK, so you won't mind dying like this, and Jabs, he'll give him a bit of a vice line before he does go down. It's a very nice trade once again from Fnatic, as Yopaj still going. Will find some stacks for himself. Sleight of Fist out onto DJ, but needs the chains to really secure the kill. And in the end, will be forced to try and just go for the large camp stacks instead. The Scamp will be right behind him, but Armel is going to try and fight over these. He's a Conqueror after all. They do have the X back into the arrow if they want it, but Yopaj, he's being so aggressive. Is this really going to work out in his favor? He's in trouble now. Jabs will show up, and Yopaj, he will get punished. They don't even find the Mirana in the end.
Yeah, that's the big kill that you need. I think killing off Jackie's nice. Killing off Yopaj is a lot bigger. He's #1 in that work by a decent enough margin. So that's allowing Armel to kind of catch up after that slower lane, and it's buying so much space for Raven to be uncontested top. Your Spectre is just farming the jungle, no problems, no threat from the Pangolier with a rope because there's no follow-up. And Fnatic's slower game is actually starting to pay off. Like, you're all in on Yopaj, it's still there, he's still ahead, but you have to be careful about getting too aggressive. You have to respect that single target control. Fnatic can land if they chain stun properly enough. It is enough to overwhelm an Ember without the BKB.
Absolutely. Don't mean to start a war in the chat, John, but I couldn't help but notice after we finished game 1, I went back to the chat. I'm not sure if you noticed either, but did you notice some people were talking about a different game, a different mode, John?
Bottom tower
Really?
is under attack.
Yeah.
Why?
Starts with ML, ends with BB.
MLP?
MLBB? You know the one I'm talking about on your phone?
Yeah.
I'm surprised
MPL?
there was even an argument happening about the two games.
It's because of your name. MLP? MPL? Very hard to tell the difference there, Mike. Are you sure you're in the right game here?
It wasn't about me, Jonathan. It wasn't about me. You don't have to make it about me either. I have no association, and you know that.
I don't know if I know it for sure, Mike, but I'll take your word for it and for now. It's Han.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Where
attack.
are they going? Just a casual haunt. Just get out of there, I suppose. Back to my point, though, Jonathan. I just find it alarming that there was even an argument happening.
Radiant's bottom
Like,
tower
Dota All-Stars
has
comes
fallen.
out, then another company steals Dota All-Stars, makes a crappy design game,
Dire's top tower
and then
is under
somebody else steals that idea and makes an even crappier game. What's the argument?
I don't know. I wasn't watching chat, Mikey, but you know, I am of the mindset now. Just let people have their fun.
No.
Just let them have their fun.
No.
Come on. Just let them have their fun. We don't need to
Radiant's middle
start a
tower
war.
is
I mean,
under
it's
attack.
obvious what's the better game, but
Dire's
you know, just let
middle
people
tower
play
is
what they
under
want, even
attack.
if it's worse. They can have their own fun. I like mini golf. You make fun of me for that. I love mini golf. No need to
but
make fun for people who love mini golf.
Yeah, but did Minigolf steal an idea?
From golf, I guess.
Oh. Onto the end, Januel. He caught out. Yopaj should be able to get another chains off here onto the end. Bit of a slow process taking down Genuel, but with the Illuminate to fly through, Yopaj in the Matrix right now trying to get this done. Still hasn't got it. Genuel, he's still running, but Yopaj is still on the chase, and eventually the next Sleight of Fist will get it done.
He really loves killing Zhao. Game 1, we saw him just murder him on the Undying multiple times. Now on the Ench, just has a vendetta. Obviously, has good old teammates, ex-teammates. Want to send Mitch. It's still a bit of a slower game, right? 5-3 here, Mike Fnatic. Managing to actually stall this game out. I can't tell you if that's a great thing because you've got the off-lane Earth Spirit. And I guess this is allowing Jabs to hit that BKB timing where the Earth Spirit will feel pretty unstoppable on the roll-in. But you're also allowing so much space to come through for Raven that you don't expect the Spectre to find. Still not the best position for net worth, but it's building up. And those timings will hit off.
Top lane, let's get caught out. Moonlight Shadow will be there, so he should be okay, but what a chain down. Yopaj gets him just in the nick of time. No detection necessary. They'll take down the Mirana as DJ will drop 6-3 now the way of Boom Esports, and they will be able to finally secure that top tier 1 tower.
Get a little bit of their own push going, start to invade that top jungle a little bit more, prevent the build-up from Raven. And bot jungle, it's been taken over by Fnatic, though. Still on the hunt with Jabs here.
Jabs. He'll be fine. It's only Tim's. Chase him down with the Arctic Burn for a little bit, but ultimately won't be able to try and secure the kill.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I wonder what Tim's is actually building here. Does pick up the wand, so he might decide to just go for a Holy Locker build on the Winter Wyvern. Meanwhile, Yopaj, mid lane. Onto Armel. Kunkka, fine for now. Very, very tanky target here, but Yopaj will just continue to chain him up and just hold him down for a little bit longer. Very slow chipping away process here for the Ember. Meanwhile, Jab's going to roll in, has found Jackie. That's a big pick off onto the CK if they can get it. Jackie, he's going to try and armor toggle his way out of this. The court embrace is there to try and save Jackie. And still in big trouble. Still alive somehow though, as he gets healed up by Jabs. He's back in, takes him down on the Chaos Knight. Now FBZ trying to go after Raven, but it's a complete mess for Boom Esports. Fnatic, 2 down already as they found FBZ. He should be alright to back his way out, but they got Jackie, they got Skem. Still the fight continues though as Jabs. He chased down by Yopaj and FBZ now. They do block the way. FBZ gets it just in the nick of time. They'll at least find one for their trouble, but they will still lose their pulse 1 CK.
Yeah, it's still a big kill for Fnatic. Find great use of a haunt to finally get something going here for Raven. You are still concerned with Yopaj finding these kills. Again, Jackie, it doesn't feel like he's the big win condition. It almost feels like he's playing like a secondary offlaner where Yopaj is the big win condition for them. They're building around that aggression. They're allowing him to open up the map, giving him all the kills he can take, and just having him build up. They know towards the end game here, the lockdown for an Ember, it's not going to be enough unless someone manages to build up something like a sheep stick. Yopaj should just be able to bail out. He's going for the Yules as well to escape from some of those silences and chain stuns and get the room to get a push out onto the mid. No defense out from Fnatic, no haunt, no boat. Can't really force the issue. So now the map really opens up for Boom to look for their own aggression in that top jungle at some point. Smoke out here, looking for the angle with Yopaj.
And we go. Genuel would love to break this smoke, but he's narrowly going to avoid it. Oh, they don't want to lose Raven. The Spectre, Moonlight Shadow, it will help. Chains did not land either, so Raven getting very lucky there. Does back his way out. Unfortunate that the chains actually land onto the neutral creeps instead, and Raven, again, going to be very happy just walking away from that scenario. It's Fnatic, they're more than happy. They're playing the slow game. They've got a Spectre. They're not in any kind of rush. Boom Esports, they're the ones that need to try and apply the pressure here on this map. And for now, they aren't getting what they really want.
What have we here?
Yeah, they're just still forced to kind of just go hunting, poking prod where they can. I think Fnatic, again, they're pretty happy playing the 4 Protect 1, building up in Raven. They're timing themselves around Haunt to dictate their aggression to jump in. And you're still hitting those good farming spikes. Jabs is still about to have his BKB, even though he's bottom network core. BKB is all you really need on that Earth Spirit. So I think that's the moment where we have to see Fnatic go for the kills. They've already got the BKB and Armel, fresh charges for him. Already grouping up for a smoke here as well.
Here you go. We'll see if Fnatic can make this one work. Haunt up in 5 seconds if Raven wants to get involved here with his team. Keep in mind, Jackie did just pick up the Echo Saber, so a bit more utility and damage out from the CK, but oh, Jackie, he might get caught out. He's right under vision. He gets rooted up and instead by the neutral pick as well as they lock him down, but what a curse coming out. Tim's, he'll save the day for now. The cold embrace to reset. Mel, he'll keep trying, but it's not going to work out. Fnatic, they need to disengage right now, and they will do so. Tim's, he saves the day on the Wyvern. Jackie, he will walk away with his life intact.
Yeah, just on the edge, just gets the good positioning he needs. And Fnatic don't manage to find a kill. They use the BKB on Armel. That's a big cooldown to commit.
Chasing down the Mirana now. Slider Fist does land. DJ might just tick out to the Urn charge and eventually will go down. FBZ able to secure the kill himself on the Pango. Sperm now 8-5 with the 2K advantage over Fnatic. They still haven't really been able to find the Spectre though. Raven is still farming. While it is a slow process, eventually he will be a massive issue.
He's building up, already has the Manta into Echo Saber.
As I say that, Raven will be able to Manta walk away, but instead Armel getting caught out by FBZ, the CEO himself. They should have him. Armel, he can't survive through it. Maybe they could try to trade here with Yopaj. But the X-Pac is there. The arrow did not come out in time. Now the turnaround onto Raven. Moonlight Shadow, though, will be there to be defensively allowing the Spectre to get out. Do they want to keep fighting? Fnatic, they are still grouped up. Yopaj is still being watched here by Januel. Jabs could go for a roll-in, but won't try. Roll in onto Tim's instead as he does go for the Arctic Burn, and now the Haunt out. Raven just blowing him up immediately. They go for another. Trying to chase down FBZ a little bit, but he's going to be just fine. In fact, the turnaround now back onto Januel. Just chipping away from a mile away here is Yopaj. It's just such an annoying combo to go against. You just can't do anything.
Nah, the untouchable just doesn't save you there, and you know it's a nice kill for Fnatic to find. You take what you can get, but they're also not finding big targets. It's Boom that's starting to find that punishment onto Fnatic. They saw that early BKBs from Armel. They know it's a long cooldown. Go in, force the fight, take the kill, build up the lead. Yopaj #1 in that fort. Jackie not too far behind from all the space he's getting in that jungle, and he's almost at his own BKB. So once that CK BKB is up, all your hold, all your burst damage for such a tanky hero is gone, and your Spectre, again, isn't quite kitted out to fight against the CK. Not until the later point of the game. So Boom's still lining up for that early aggression they'd want, and every single part of Boom to play aggressively here is just lining up. Like, FBZ's been a beast just with the Urn and Blink to initiate, and they're just smoking up again.
They are. Jab's going to be scouted. Yopaj will go for the chains out. Rolling Thunder is there. FBZ, he'll lock him down. But Jabs, he's got the BKB up, so he can try to get himself out. And should be able to do so. In fact, Fnatic might think about trying to counter-initiate here, but Yopaj, he'll just keep going. He'll still have the advantage. Double chains out. He'll have another one very, very soon as they try to split up and get away from this crazy man. And they will. He won't get the next slide of his chains. Zarmel. Yule Scepter is there. He'll still have the X-Pac though. He'll be just fine.
Yeah, they're playing on edge, but again, for Fnatic, this is the stall game. This is the moment where they don't really want to go crazy, even with their own BKBs. They have to tempo around Haunt, tempo, and wait for Raven to be ready. Echo Saber is about to fly up for Raven, so he's going to have a little bit more to have on the Haunt, but he really needs the Ags to shine. If you can just Ags in onto the Winter Wyvern, onto the Kotl, you take away big tools for that Boom are playing with effectively. You take away that Sleight of Fist combination with Yopaj. And speaking of, he's always just on Januel.
Here we go. Here we go again. Januel gets held down. They don't even get close to him. Illuminate, not going to connect. Yopaj again on the chase, still keeping tabs on where he's gone. FBZ now going to pop the Rolling Thunder. They just really hate this guy. Taking him down again. That'll be another kill the way of Boom Esports, and now a 4K net worth lead.
It's the mullet. You know, they see Zhao, they remember the mullet. They're like, oh, you know, Zhao, I miss your old haircut. Here's a message for you, buddy.
I can't imagine them saying that, John. The mullet's brilliant. It's really just fantastic. Never get rid of it, Genuel, no matter what happens. Armel, or mid lane, this could be dangerous. He'll back off the right moment, but the chains are out. They've got the Conker. Jackie's going to be there to back him up, but Armel, he has his BKB up. He's going to be able to retreat. Though I can't say the same for the Mirana. DJ does get caught here by the chains of Yopaj and eventually is going to drop to Jackie. Another nice little pick up there from Boom. Though I say again, John, they aren't really able to find the real big targets they want. They are just finding supports here and there. But now with the big smoke up, perhaps they can try to find the Spectre or even the Kunkka.
Yeah. I think the big issue for Fnatic is even if their cores aren't dying, they're not farming as quick as Boom is with their regression. They're still behind in that work. They're not able to really work that map space, just the nature of Spectre, such a slow hero. I have no idea where Roshan is going out, but he'll walk back in. Fnatic, they do have Haunt. If they just time this aggression with their smoke, they might be able to contest that. Roche is dropping fairly quick here, though.
When they scan out, they know Fnatic's trying to come in. No, he does cut through the river, is making it. In fact, he found Skem on the Coddle. Gimmick will help out in surviving there for Skem as Jabs is going to go for all in, but blocked up by Yopaj. Is now Jackie. He's got the Aegis up. In comes the cavalry though, Fnatic. They're going to try and force the fight anyway. Skem's gone down first, but Jackie, he's got Raven. They've finally got the Spectre and Raven. He joins the team fight, but it costs his own life. They even find their favorite person to kill off. Here's Genuel. They get him, no problem. Boom Esports. They'll get the Aegis, they'll get the Raven Spectre. They'll get everything they could have asked for.
Yeah. I mean, again, they tried to play around a Haunt there in Fnatic. They were just found out by a great Scion from Boom. They do get the Roshan gold. I believe that was an Aegis snatch on Jackie, so they get a little bit of gold. Not worthwhile. And you're still having to deal now with 2 lives on Jackie. He's extra durable with a BKB. Yopaj, Mike, 1,000 gold away from Ags. He's just got it sitting in his inventory. He's not revealing any parts. And his itemization has stalled out since Yule, so he's gonna have that Axe up soon. How do you stop the Ember? He doesn't even have BKB. Despite all of the single target chain stuns from Fnatic, they need to land it perfectly. Any small window for Yopaj, Yule's out and he's just gone.
Oh, Amel runs, so he's gonna be fine. This is really where things do get spicy, John. Like, you get the Ags up on Yopaj, he just gets ridiculous. Like, he gets really menacing. The amount of damage he can pump out, and we've seen it so many times. The way he just zips around like a Storm Spirit with the 5 null talismans in the previous patch. Just never ending, it seems. It's Jabs. Mel going to try and defend mid lane, but FBZ is setting up to try and clear out that creep wave. He won't try to initiate, though. And Fnatic will be playing the very conservative style of game, just trying to buy more time for Raven, allow him to get that Ags up, allow him to become a real menace, because right now he just cannot man fight against Jackie. And speaking of Jackie, John, Blink is up now. So you've got another wave initiating here for Jackie. They'll start with the bottom tier 2 tower. And I don't think Fnatic will try and even defend this. It's just no point in it.
Yeah, and they've just got to give it away. They don't have a really good jump without the Haunt. It's a long cooldown of the shortcomings of the Spectre and playing around that spell. Just takes way too long to keep that uptime, which he Ags alleviates, but this is feeling like a pretty slow Ags, right? Still 3 parts away for Raven, 7k lead for Boom. You tend to see that Ags rush, right? So we used to see it just first item out for Spec and play aggression from there, and there's our Ags from Yopaj. So the mobility kicks in on the Ember, and he's just ready. Going for the shard into the BKB next. If he's allowed to farm this, you really can't stop the Ember from just doing what he wants.
This is not the timing for Fnatic, John. They pop the Moonlight Shadow. They're going to try and move in, and they'll see Jackie. But if Boom Esports group up here with the Ags up on the Ember, this could be disastrous as Jackie does get kicked back. But the arrow. Oh, bit of miscommunication there between Fnatic. You go for the kickback, but the arrow was coming in. There's Armel now. He's chained up. Jackie, he'll happily move in. Go for the fight. Onto the Kunkka. Rolling Thunder going to stun him up even more as FBZ just locking him down, and Armel's gone. Curse. It's caught out the Spectre. It's a great setup from Tim's. And now Fnatic, they're just sitting ducks to Boom Esports. It's not looking good for him as they'll lose the Spectre. Like, how do you fight this? It's just a complete mess here for Fnatic. There's Jabs. He'll try to run, but there's no way out. He's completely surrounded. Jackie onto a double kill, and Boom Esports, they're feeling it now. As Yopaj going for a little bit more in the base. Maybe a little bit too exciting here for Yopaj. They are basically 1 game away, Jonathan, from getting through to that major. Onto the tier 3 towers they go.
Yeah, you know what it is with Yopaj diving tier 3s? It's just a Boom tradition, Mikey. Goes all the way back to almost every iteration. It's just something you gotta do when you're feeling yourself. As they are hungry beasts, Mike, and they've got to look for more Fnatic. And the investment in Spectre is just taking too long. The Axe, it's still a mile away. Still needing 2,300 gold. And you still have 40 seconds for Jackie. This is just a straightforward push. There's no threat of Haunt to rip through the back line. They take the tree, and Boom does back off a bit. So they show some respect, but looks like they are just waiting to play around that
Jackie.
vision.
He'll jump in. Genuel, he was spotted. They'll take him out immediately. Genuel cannot survive in this game. No chance. Midrax once again under siege here. 30 seconds on, or rather 20 seconds on that Aegis left here for Jackie. They'll try and wait this one out. They want to time it perfectly. Meanwhile, Curse down the bot lane. They found the Raven Spectre. Oh, that's a huge pick off Raven. He can't afford to die like this. But he is gonna. Jackie, he'll pick up the kill, and that's 50 seconds without your pos one. Terrible news for Fnatic as Yopaj. He's going for more now. Chains around onto Armel. They want the Conquer. Jackie, he'll go for a stun, but the BKB was there in time. Into the boat, Chapoy. He'll get silenced up at the Ember. He'll survive. Cold Embrace is there. Meanwhile, Jackie going right back in with FBZ onto the Conquer. Armel, he's out of BKB charges. He's in trouble. He's gonna drop. He does have buyback. Jabs, he'll keep rushing for more. They'll take down Tims at the very least. Jabs, he will barely get himself out of there. Still 3v4 situation here. Fnatic, they can commit the buyback for Armel, but you might just be better off giving this Rax away.
Yeah, don't force this one. You don't have any tools left. Moonlight Shadow's on cooldown. You don't even have the Magnetize to play with. Haunt is up. There's just no output from Raven. And you can maybe try to jump onto the Winter Wyvern. Even that kill takes too long. And Boom, again, they temper the aggression. They take the tier 3, they back off, they understand that respawns are up, they can be punished without the Winter Wyvern. They know they've got the lead, they just play it safe. For Fnatic's end, they've got to find a way to just keep the wave shoved out somehow. They do have the wave clear with their heroes. They've got the ability to kind of just play this hit and run on the lanes, prevent any sort of high ground group up once formed from Boom. But Boom can just wait for the next rush. Minute and a half until the respawn shows up here, Mike. They've got the outpost up top, and they're still playing clumped up. I think they understand that they might not even need a Roshan as long as they maybe find another pick-off. They could still force their way onto high ground. And Fnatic just has to be so careful this match. They need to display a lot of patience, but I don't even know if that patience is gonna be enough. Like it feels like they need a lot of time to really get online with Raven.
At least you've got a slice device now up on Armel, John. There's a bit more utility on the Conquer. It's just the high ground defense. It's just so challenging here, but Fnatic, they're gonna smoke up. It's a smoke on smoke situation. This could be massive for either side. FBZ has been scattered up, but Jackie, he's right in. He's already found Armel, but gets right back out of there as he does go back in again. FBZ rolling thunder. There's your Phantasm coming up. The bow will fly out. BKB in time onto Genuel once again. They want the enchantment with Jackie. He drops it a little bit too low. Fnatic now, they can try to punish. They'll take down Tims on the Wyvern. Onto FBZ they go. Who else? Onto the Ember, Yopaj. He's been stunned up for quite a while here by DJ. Into the side device of Armel. Glimmercape not going to save him, or will it? Force staff away. Yopaj still playing. Picks up a DD rune now, but he can't turn this team fight. He'll back off for now on Fnatic. They'll be happy with that. Time for them to get back to the base, reset, and try once again. This time they'll have the Ags on Raven. Maybe they can make a comeback here, John.
Never refuse.
It just feels like that was so much effort to really only kill off a Wyvern. Like, you almost get Yopaj. If you do manage to get Yopaj, that's a lot better, but he's already going for the Linken's. He saw that Hex usage. He's like, all right, now I need to defend myself further. Linken's to block that single target spell. And that will catch Fnatic off at least one time. Even if you go for X to break, that's still enough time for Yopaj to maybe just remnant away and cause havoc on the map. Anyway. We'll see if Fnatic can clean up again. If they're going for these support clips with all that effort, the cooldown on Haunt's gonna be haunting them. No pun intended. And
very funny jump.
You know, the Ags is great, but they need to have vision on some of those supports. And ideally, I think they've seen that Tims is probably the easiest target to go for, so try to get that Winter Wyvern first. Take away that Curse, take away the Cold Embrace. You could try to find some stragglers afterwards. But right now, the map is pretty dark for Fnatic. Only the wards on their own triangle area. And they're always forced to go back and deal with lanes. Roshan in 8 seconds here, Mike. Boom has a very clear path for that, and they've got good boards to protect that play.
FBZ on the cliff. Do they see him? Genuel, he'll get a ward down, but a quick blink away from the Pango. Fnatic still trying. They are desperate, but Genuel has already been caught out and taken down, it seems, as Jackie just gets rid of him. FBZ now chasing for a little bit more with the Rolling Thunder. Here comes Yopaj with the double damage, and they're going to find Armel on the Conquer. It's a great target, but he'll get the BKB off as Jabs. We'll roll right back in. There's your Haunt out Raven. He'll join the fight, but now the curse is there to hold down the Earth Spirit. Jabs is gone. They will at least find Tims on the Wyvern, but that's only one support as Jackie. He's going to move back in. They want Raven on the Spectre. He'll Haunt and jaunt away, but it's not going to be enough. He'll be caught out and taken out. Oh boy, no buyback available. Boom Esports. They may have done it here, John. I think Fnatic might have to call it. They could just go right for tier 4 towers.
Yeah, they could just rush in right now, but Boom, again, playing a bit safe. Maybe they didn't expect the Spectre to not have a buyback with the Ags buyout. I think they expect Raven to have the patience to finish that up, so they'll go play it safe, clear out the top tier tree. Jackie taking care of the mid. And we'll just go for safer objectives. Now, no big rush from Boom. Fnatic might be able to use this time. Their respawns aren't too long, but again, how do you even defend? You respawn in, you don't have Haunt. You don't have Moonlight Shadow to sneak around here for at least 30 seconds after Mirana comes back. It still feels like Boom's gonna have everything they want, and they're just gonna go for Megas anyway.
Here we go. Mega creeps are incoming. Fnatic. I mean, they've got a bit more time for Raven to be respawning up, but last time you had a POS1 sniper for that high ground and the Mega Creep come back. This time with the POS1 Spectre, it could be a little bit more challenging, but Boom, they'll back out. They saw the glyph. They don't want to risk it. Again, they talked about this in the player interviews, John. They know Fnatic, they are looking for Boom to make a mistake, and they are not going to allow that opening.
Just go into the Roche. It's already up. Nice secondary life to come true for Jackie. Free shard for him as well if he wants, but they saw that smoke. It was under a ward.
Oh boy, they're gonna hold the high ground, the staircase. They're just waiting. Fnatic, they're walking right into the grinder right now. Januel, not again. Not poor old Januel. He's gone another time. He'll buy back. And they go for the team fight. This could be the last one for Fnatic. Jabs trying his best. Curse is out. Hold the Earth Spirit down. They've got Scam down, however. He'll commit a buyback. The Earth Spirit somehow still fighting. We'll roll right back towards Tims with Yopaj. He'll chase him down. Meanwhile, Armel has been caught out. Jackie looking to have his way with him. Should be able to take him down as Yopaj. Just bouncing around the team fight. Double kill out for Jackie now as Raven. He'll keep trying to go for the fight. The buybacks are incoming from Fnatic, but they all falling apart one by one. Onto the Spectre. Raven, what can you get done? Not quite enough. Jackie's got him. No buyback available. Onto the Earth Spirit. It's an ultra kill for Jackie. Can we get him a rampage? The GG's already been called, but FBZ, no!
Oh!
FBZ, no!
They were all waiting. You saw them all stop their attacks. FBZ's like, nope, I'm the CEO. I take it. And you can see they're all having a bit of a laugh. Boom, feeling great to secure their position going into Arlington. Look at them all hyped up. I haven't seen Equal be that happy in a long time, and I'm glad to see it pumped up to get into Texas. Fnatic, they pull out something different. They go with a Spectre in this match. They try to go for that ultra defensive play. Try to play the slow game with a 4 protect 1 and go back for that Jabs off lane Earth Spirit. Just not enough. Like, the Earth Spirit just didn't get enough. The lane wasn't great. Yopaj popped off on his Ember. They weren't connecting these arrow X's combinations in. He was just slipping around. He had a great lane against Umbrella because he plays Kunkka himself. He knows what to do against the Kunkka, especially as an Ember, as he also plays a lot of Ember. I'm sure Armel understood a little bit of that mechanic as well, but it's Yopaj. You give him his Ember. You try to counteract that with just X arrow. With maybe Earth Spirit Silence, as we said, it wasn't enough. And just off the back of that momentum, it was all there.
Can I just say as well, before we do head off to a short break, back in Stockholm, John, you and I, we were talking to Boom quite a lot, and that they were saying back at the major, they were a little bit overly confident based off the previous results in that Dubai tournament, and you look to how they're playing now, John, they look like they're back in form. I mean, this is major winning Boom Esports, if you ask me. We'll see how they go. You don't want to call anything yet. No jinx is going on here, but A fantastic performance once again from Boom Esports. Surprise, surprise, Jonathan, the Kings are back. And we'll see how they do at the major in Texas. Of course, for now, though, it is MLP Dota. It is johnxfire. Don't go anywhere. We're going to go off to a very short break. And right after that break, we'll be back with our panel to have an interview with one of the players from Boom Esports. We'll see you then.
Well, Pia just walked off as we were coming. It's just you and I. It's just.
Hey, babe.
Hey, babe.
Hey, babe. How you doing?
Pia will be joining us, but more importantly, congratulations to Boom,
Let's
who have secured their
Sorry
spot in the
about
major.
that.
Oh, welcome back. Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, so all you missed is Boom are going to the major.
Oh, yeah, I just woke up from my nap. Sorry
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah. So Boom major. That's all you need to know.
I'm
We don't
so
need
happy.
you to
Okay.
explain anything because honestly, this game is just going to be purely broken down by sheep talking about
I can do
Yopaj,
it!
Ember.
Let's go!
That's not fair.
All right, Yopaj.
Yes.
Man of the hour. Everyone knows it. Everyone knows it. This is what his team did. They said, Yopaj, we're going to play with you. And that's what they did. Coddle just instantly linked up with Yopaj at like the earliest convenience for them and just like started applying him with mana. You saw him diving the mid tower. You saw him diving the ancients. He died in the ancients. It wasn't very good, but they were doing it. They were creating space. I think they forced like 4 heroes to that area just to deal with him. And like, this was great. It gave Jackie some space to farm on his CK. It did have some like negative side effects, like the Pango was left alone to 1v2 and he did die in that scenario, but like for the most part they were getting a lot out of the game, a lot of net worth. You can see here already, like they're just topping. I mean, this is very late into the game, but still, like they all had really decent games overall. Like they just kept going and going and going and going with the Yopaj and the supports, and like that's basically how this team thrives.
Were you shocked by just how much Boom could really snowball and how aggressive they could keep the pressure?
Surprised? No, not at all. This is literally Boom to a T. This is
Yeah.
them at their like peak form of gameplay, pretty much.
On the other side, though, Fnatic obviously feeling the weight of that pressure. Fia, did you like some of the moves they made, or do you feel that there was left to be desired with their draft and rotations?
Why do I always have to be the bearer of bad news?
Because
That's right,
you
I'll ask
talk
you-
in a
I'll
voice
ask
like
you-
this, and it's very suited
No,
to bad
I will
news.
ask you a good question after this one, right? One that you can hype them up. You can hype up Boom after this. Okay?
So for the most part, like Fnatic, they had a very uncharacteristic draft. I want to say, like they kind of went away from the roots of like being able to take Roche, being able to take buildings, methodically play the game. Spectre came out of left field, and then when I thought I was like fully surprised by seeing a new hero, then Earth Spirit came out in the off lane, and it's just like it was just such a weird and outdated play style. Like they tried their best, like not in like condescending way, but like they went bottom with the Kunkka. He X'd, boated, they missed the roll, they missed the arrow, they missed the torrent.
Yep.
And then like that was the one thing that had good going for them. They just had the levels that they could gank Jackie on his chaos, and that even failed. So like nothing really went right for them, and unfortunately the heroes they picked were just so far out of meta. And it's a mountain to climb, honestly, after that point if you're not winning the game.
Yeah.
And yeah, Jabs tried pretty hard. Like he was getting
Yeah.
really involved for a while. Like I don't know if I felt like most of the kills they were getting were like based off of him. Yeah, he was a part of 9 of their like 12 kills. But it's hard.
Yeah, I think pre 20-25 minutes, this man, if we had like a heat map of his rotations around, he was just everywhere. He was going all over the place trying to help everyone as much as he could. And honestly, I have to say, even though they didn't win with it, it did make the offlane Earth Spirit look at least somewhat enjoyable to play. I'm not going to say viable.
I told you,
but
people have been playing this. It has been a thing. Like Jabs himself has played
I know,
it before,
I
right?
know,
It
but in
is
this
not
patch,
bad.
But in this patch.
I still don't think it's bad this patch. Like
Okay.
I think he was probably like one of the standouts on the team. Like, but the problem is they just lacked a lot of damage. We saw near the Roche pit kind of early on, they rolled on the CK, they haunted in, they had like 3 heroes going on the CK, and it took so much to kill him. Like he barely went down, and that was after an extended fight. And like that's probably like a negative there of their draft, because I don't think it was the Earthspirit's fault per se.
Yeah.
But maybe they could have picked something
I
better.
mean, I think
for
he
sure.
played a a fine Earth Spirit, right?
Yeah.
But if I were to put Earth Spirit on the tier list of offlaners, it would be a D.
Okay, I mean that's fair.
All right, I like that
respect
it's
it.
a happy middle ground. We like
Yeah.
the performance here, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's something that is
There's only so much you
viable
can
and needs
do.
to be picked up
Yeah,
all the
okay.
time. Okay, well then we're going to move on. I don't want you to always be the bearer of bad news, Fear, so I'm going to give you a question. I'll give you the space to hype up and talk about Boom, and I guess the team fights, the lockdown that came out from, and their ability to shut down Fnatic a lot.
It's not fair. I wanted to talk about that. Carry on.
Okay. Oh, she's bitter and salty now.
Well, you have the choice. You can either pass the question along or you can answer.
No, I'm going to do it in a very monotone and boring way, so she gets extremely angry.
All right, well you have to do it quickly.
All right, well, I mean,
because-
basically, Yopaj, she just like played out of his mind this game. His rotations from lane to lane, the skim behind, the double slides. He was out of this world. He played really good, and I wouldn't say he just like carried single-handedly, but he had another standout performance on the Ember, and it was amazing to watch.
But we didn't talk about FBZ. He was so good.
And
I was like, oh my
okay,
god.
we will talk about that afterwards because there is an interview waiting for us. We are lucky enough to be joined by Mushi, and we get to ask him some questions. Mushi, congratulations! You guys are going to the major. How does it feel with the whole team to know that you guys are going to Arlington now?
I guess everyone feel very good, feel very excited after we've been like down performance for so long and quite well, and everything went so smooth for us right now.
Yeah, today was an outstanding performance from you guys. Did you feel a little bit of extra pressure knowing that you could be going, like that the ability to go to the major was on the line of this series?
Actually, I always tell my team that we don't care about. Always focus on the game. Always
Okay.
focus on who's our way, you know.
And for you personally as coach, what was the main focus up against Fnatic?
My main focus
Yeah.
is I think they play many different hero. I rather that focus themselves. I think I'm more putting the focus point on our team, like how we have a daytime to prepare our draft, our playstyle. We kind of pick something that in ourselves that we want to prepare for the against.
Okay.
Alright, Mushi. We couldn't help but notice that you and Skem played the same heroes in this series and the last. Is this like pre-planned drafts? Like you just played heroes that you would normally draft for your team, like if Skem had been there, or was it you played these heroes, thought these are great, Skem, go practice them, go play them for next series?
Actually, for me, I played Wyvern and Goto in the both game. It's only because that is good against T1. That's what we decided for me that we would use this full hero as for me that against them. And as for Scam, that he have many heroes, right? Unlike me, I'm a retired man. yeah. So and also we have a lot of communication and a lot of discussion during the practice, so that we have a comment on what's good for the team and what's good in the meta.
Whoa. Was it really exciting playing with your team? Like, how much did you like captain in that game, or did you leave it to the other players?
Definitely I talk a lot lah, because like it's my job, right?
Yeah.
I've been playing a pro side as well, and I'm a coach as well, so I understand a lot of game, but skill wise I think I lose a lot. I kind of nervous as well.
Alright, so as a coach of Boom, what are your main philosophies for the team? Is it like mainly mentality or draft?
Sorry.
What is like the main like philosophy you have for your team? What do you focus on as a team, as a coach?
I think I focus more on the how to make every players consistently growing every day. Yeah, in game it's very important for as a coach as well. But I do more focusing on how they think and how they feel every day. And I will more worry about are they learning every day or they are stop growing. Yeah, that kind of concern more on me.
How do you like? What would you say is the most important thing for a player looking to improve?
I think it's the motivation. I think like as long as they have a motivation to play every day, to grow every day, I think nothing that can stop the players to.
And last question before you go. Now that you guys are definitely going to the major, what does it look like? What are you guys going to be doing between now and the Arlington major?
Definitely doing our visa first, US visa. Yeah, and the next challenge is the visa, and I think the DPC is not end yet, because that Talon might still have we might be in tie with the Talon, and we might play the tiebreaker, and which is, I think my team wants to get the revenge.
That is very fair. Well, look, Mushi, we don't know how it's going to play out yet, but congratulations on this win and making it to the major.
Thank you.
See ya. Oh, great information coming out from Mushi.
Yeah.
He did bring up the biggest challenge though a lot of SEA teams face for the major, and that is visas. So good luck to Boom in figuring all of that one out and getting all of that sorted. You can now have the floor if you would like to hype off FBZ, or do you feel the moment's passed?
Oh my god, FBZ Pango! It was everything I imagined and more. He died once, and that is it. And then he popped off. I thought it was a fantastic game for him. I thought he did a good job. I really liked his itemization. He went for like the full lockdown route. He went the Yules, he went the Blink, the Shard, and then the Basher. I love this build a lot because it just is like just so much lockdown. They actually had to nerf it because it used to be you could like chain stun people. I'm not going to describe the whole combo, but you could chain stun. Now if you have a BKB, you can break out of it. But here's the nice thing. You're playing against a Spectre. Spectre's not a natural BKB buyer. Therefore, that combo is especially effective against her. And we saw it throughout the game. He was able to lock her down in the fights.
That's why we don't see Spectre.
And that's why we don't see Spectre. So let's go FBZ. Let's go to thank you.
Also, absolutely great last pick and drafting then coming out from Boom. So also, let's go Mushi.
Let's go Mushi.
But I keep talking about these standings, which teams have been locked into where. So it's better off just showing you guys the ladder, and that is it. Boom, our first team to be highlighted green, 6-1. It guarantees them the major. Then we have Talon, Fnatic, RSG, T1. Now, what is interesting about these scorelines right now is that there is a potential for a three-way tie for third place to the major. I'm probably not going to go into detail right now about it. That is something for week 6. And we also have a team down there in red that is going to be Polaris, who are 100% going to be relegated down to Division 2. So that's it. That is the end of week 5. Some interesting things to come up for week 6. Do you guys want to right now hedge your bets? Is it going to be a three-way tiebreaker at the end of week 6?
No.
I literally don't know who's playing against each other to do that.
It doesn't matter. All I'm saying is it's possible. Is it going to happen or not?
I mean,
you just say yes or no.
Oh, no.
Will Talon beat RSG?
Yes.
Then there's no tiebreaker.
Then there's no tiebreaker.
No, there is.
Why? No,
Why?
wouldn't they be?
No, RSG lose to Talon.
This is the
you
problem.
Know what? Yes.
This is the problem.
The answer is yes. I'm hedging my bet there is going to be a three-way tiebreaker, but it doesn't matter
No.
because this is the end of week 5 SEA. We are wrapping up here on Beyond the Summit. We will return tomorrow with some Eastern European Division 1 though.
Oh.